Hi everyone. Today I have discussing the motivation for cloud computing. Why you want to motivate the cloud computing? The main reason is nowadays all the industries and businesses, small and large scale businesses, is have using the cloud computing. So that's why we have to be learn the cloud computing and also motivation for the cloud computing. Majorly, all the users we have to using the cloud computing. The main reason is you want to reduce the cost for the physically. For example, you want to take real time example. You have to be, if you have utilizing the one computer or some physical components and softwares will be required for the one particular system you want to be required. In that case, each one you have pay the amount. For example, if you have to buy one supercomputer system will be required. The supercomputer system is the cost is approximately 1.5 lakhs. But in that time you have to know money how to we can be used for the supercomputer. In this type of scenario, if you have to use the cloud computing, the cloud computing it has providing the virtually all the resources on the premises only. Okay, another issue is without you have to buying any for example, if you have buying any micro means one supercomputer, in that time all the software requirements will be buy and install in our system. But if you have chosen the cloud computing point of view, if you have choose and automatically upgrade will be asking the providers will be asked to you. If you have required any softwares will be required, and based upon the you have give any suggestions, based upon the suggestions you want to be installed. But these are the things on the on demand premises only. And another issue is majorly in this scenario, if you have all academics and industrials and individual persons also, business persons also, if you have using the cloud computing. Okay, for example, I have to be I have to be building a one small industrial computer industrial businesses company. In that company you have to be uh, from some procurement will be required. For example, manpower will be required, and hardware employees will be required, and maintenance will be required, and hardware components will be required, software components will be required. This is all the so many things will be required. But these all the interlinked to the never cost only money only. But in the, by using the cloud computing, if you have save your money also, how to we can be save our money. In the manpower we can be reduced. We have require limit, we can take the limited manpower only, and hardware maintenance and software maintenance and database maintenance will be required. These all the requirements you want to go through the help of in our cloud servicing providers. Why? Because you have to buy all the all the equipments and software requirements. So automatically the cloud servicing providers they have to providing the customers cloud services sellers is there. Each time you have to be asking if you have required any upgrades will be required, and maintenance also will be required. Just you want to give, I have required some maintenance, these all the maintenance you want to provide in the cloud servicing provider. So that's why nowadays all the people you have to use the cloud computing. Now another issue is it is very easy and handy to get the required component required computing powers, and also you have to resources from the servicing providers or suppliers who are providing suppliers the services, that the persons is called as the suppliers. For example, one it have required you want to be needed and pay only for that uses only. For example, another scenario, nowadays all the people you have by using the storage purpose is major issue. Now physically, if you have stored in our data, or physically you want to store it in our photos or whatever it may. whatever it may be. In this scenario, you want to use for the cloud computing, just you want to pay and use only the particular services only. This is a major issue for in the cloud computing. So this is called the cloud infrastructure. So the cloud computing is nothing but a mechanism of bringing, hiring or getting the services of the cloud computing power or infrastructures to the organizations or individual levels to extend required the paying the customers or services. So many issues is there. For example, you want to see in the after side, you have to see on a diagram is the flow chart is there. In this shows several cloud computing applications. In the cloud computing applications, so many end users is there. ThinkLent is one end user, smartphones, desktops, laptops and tablets. So by using these are the end users, if you have to utilizing the cloud computing services on the on basis. The cloud computing is represents the internet based computing services. The accessibility, if you have through some secure supporting of the connectivities, without the internet you cannot be accessing any resources from the cloud computing. The cloud computing emphasizes the subscriptions based or pay per use based services model. It has offering the computing to end users or customers over the internet, thereby extending the IT existing the capabilities. Now in the cloud computing measure is if you have 24/7 services into providing the third party or suppliers. Now just you have to one end users will be required, for example tab or smartphones or ThinkLens or desktop or whatever it may be, based upon the thing only want to be accessing, or in that time you want to access any resources. If you have must maintain the internet, the bandwidth is very high. So these are the things you have to be accessing in the pay per use only or subscription planned based only want utilizing these all the services. Now if you have thinking 5 minutes, the question is why all IT industrials, educationals and small and large scale organizations are moved to cloud computing. If you have give any reasons, you are thinking the 5 minutes and tell the answer. The question is why all IT industrials, educational, small and large scale organizations are moved to cloud computing. Any reason? The main reason is pay per use services model to provide computing resources such as hardware, software, networking and storage. May these are the reasons based upon these reasons only all the IT and small industrial oriented education institutions have to use in the cloud computing. Okay, thank you to all.